Hey guys, the show's about to start. Sit back, relax, take a hit, and enjoy.
Shut the fuck up, my bitch so stuck. I ain't honest, but I get the bucks, yeah.
All I want right in the chest, big dog. Full of white walls, no flex involved.
Tell me that you lost without telling me you lost.
I get paid, so my shit is never quick about
TokeTok Radio with Mountain Man and the Wizard.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of 420 News presented by TokeTok Radio. How you guys doing tonight? So we're going to start off real quick. This episode is made possible by Dustoff420. So if you guys want to go over there and check him out on Instagram at Dustoff420 and let him know that TokeTok sent you. Also, there's a couple other TokeTok approved brands that I want you guys to check out, and the list will be up there. Especially check out my boy Mr. Zaza over there on Instagram. We actually have an exclusive interview later this week with Mr. Zaza. So just stay tuned with that and follow us on Instagram at TokeTok_radio for all the information for future shows and all that noise. So let's get right into it. Welcome back to another 420 News. We got this one's pretty exciting. There's a lot of legalization going on, which is freaking fantastic. I love it that we can start legalizing it and everything with try and build up the 50 states. I know actually the 19th state to legalize recreational marijuana has entered the building. So our first article is going to be one that's really like controversial. And there's a lot more studies coming out for it, and it's pretty amazing that all these studies are coming out and possibly help people in the future with this. But these red flags could mean you've lost control over your cannabis use. That's the headline of the story. Real quick, source of all our stories come from 420intel.com. So make sure you guys go over there to 420intel.com and check out the whole article, which we just skimmed through them and basically point out the big facts. And before I start, I know I was supposed to start this a little earlier, but the smoke of the show is brought to you by Nugs Bunny, SSB on Instagram. So they go over there and check them out and let them know that TokeTok sent you. It's a good friend of mine. So go over there and check out Mr. Bunny. And tonight's strand is Jealousy. His grow, which was amazing. So let's spark her up. Lovely. Love it. Tastes really, 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 really good. Definitely get the Virginia taste in there, Virginia soil, which is always amazing. I love Virginia soil grown marijuana. Love it. So let's rock right into this article again. These red flags could mean you lost your control over cannabis use. Headline again. Those of you just tuning in. With recreational marijuana use now legal in many states, many people are enjoying cannabis safely and guilt-free. But while many people use this popular psychoactive drug without any adverse effects, a study published in December 2015 issue of the JAMA psychiatric disorder can cause a depressed mental state, including empathy, lack of motivation, irritability, loss of interest in daily activities, inability to concentrate, and feelings of isolation, according to the National Institute of Health. One of the strongest signs that a patient is addicted to marijuana is that their use gets in the way of their normal activities, says Andrea Paul, MD, a medical advisor at the Illuminate Labs. I definitely, there's sometimes, I know I'm an avid smoker. There's sometimes where I guess it's when I lose interest in an activity that I would usually do like during the day, like not like everyday stuff, but like something like maybe I had to do this or do that. But if I smoke a lot of weed, I don't want to do it. But I think that's just the effect of actually smoking the weed. But anyway, that is crazy. This could be served as job loss, but it could also be more minor things like choosing to socialize less with certain friends who don't use marijuana. I definitely, I have friends that don't smoke. They're okay with me smoking and stuff like that, but they personally don't smoke. But me, I don't lose interest in people who don't smoke, because sometimes, like, I have people on this podcast that don't smoke, and like they have just incredible insight, just like somebody on a psychoactive drug. I mean, it's no big, huge deal. I mean, but number 2, it's difficulty maintaining your relationships. Do you have conflicts with family members about your drug use? Have you lost friends over marijuana? If you continue to get high despite the termination of your social life and close relationships, you may be on the path to addiction, according to the Centers for Disease Control, CDC. Not surprisingly, the lack of interest associated with marijuana could cause people to put little to no effort into maintaining or developing relationships, especially if people in those relationships disapprove of cannabis. There are people out there, and that's real. I mean, that's really tough. To basically, if you're going out there looking for a relationship or something of that nature, and you're just like, nah, I'm not gonna date him or her because they don't like marijuana. I mean, I get it. Don't go out there and change your lifestyle for somebody else. I mean, that's not cool. But I would definitely look and say, hey, well, maybe if they disapprove of it, well, maybe I can do it and be with them. Or it's just, I mean, just don't go out there and just throw out friends and relationships with family members just because they disapprove of it. I mean, if they disapprove of it, just tell them, you disapprove of it. Oh, well, but don't shove it in my goddamn face every single day. I mean, that is understandable too. Especially, I mean, that just breaks down to, if somebody's like an alcoholic in your family, I know you don't walk around and say, oh, he's an alcoholic every single time you see him. But no, I mean, if you disapprove with it, whatever. But this is of a particular concern to patients, since the health and development of children are dependent on the deep connection and emotional bond forged between parent and child. It's crazy. There was a study in February of 2020 that found heavy marijuana use can cause difficulties with emotional awareness in some adolescents, characterized by a lack of empathy and the inability to connect with others emotionally. I definitely get that. Definitely see it in some people. Just around life. I mean, there's some people who are just stone cold, but maybe that's just their personality. But because a lot of people that I've met, I just like my close inner circle I've known, like we all started smoking marijuana around the same time. But like those people you really don't know, like growing up with, I mean, obviously you didn't grow up with them and stuff like that. It's like, that could just be their personality. And instead of people saying, oh, he smokes marijuana, that's why he has that temper or something like that. And I mean, that's not always the case. This marijuana use disorder. Sorry, got to relight it. But anyway, this is quite amazing stuff. This next one is pretty crazy. Inability to focus and trouble remembering things. I know all them potheads out there have a lot of trouble remembering a lot of stuff. Especially if you get too high. The side effects of marijuana use disorder include impaired short-term memory loss, difficulty learning, decreased motor function, inattentive, and increased risky behavior such as driving while high and unprotected sex, according to the NIH. And according to Narcon, prolonged marijuana use can result in adverse mental conditions such as anxiety, depression, poor memory, short-term psychosis, and suicidal thoughts. I mean, right there, suicidal thoughts. I've never met somebody who smokes weed to have a suicidal thought that stems strictly from smoking marijuana itself. They had a pre-existing condition at some point, but hey, it is what it is. If you notice a decline in your mental health, memory, or cognition, it may be time to seek help, according to the CDC. Well, I get it. I totally get it. And the last one, experiencing withdrawal syndromes. Symptoms. Goddamn. Jealousy hit me hard. If you use marijuana daily or almost daily, or at least 2 months, you may experience withdrawal symptoms when you stop. Heavy marijuana users may experience 3 or more of the following symptoms when not using, according to the NIH: irritability, anger or aggression, nervousness or anxiety, sleep issues such as insomnia or disturbing dreams, decreased appetite or weight loss, relentlessness, depression, fever, chills, and a headache. In addition to those withdrawal symptoms, heavy marijuana users may experience severe adverse effects, such as stomach pain, nausea, lung irritation, panic attacks, shakiness, tremors, and hallucinations. That's interesting. I've never, even when I had to take my tea break and all that, I've never, maybe irritability for a little bit, just because it's like if I'm pissed, can't go out there and smoke away your anger or whatever. I mean, I get that, but I've never had decreased appetite or weight loss. I've never had disturbing dreams. I always have disturbing dreams. So never had, I mean, irritability, anger, had some of that. No aggression, never had really aggression. So it's really not, I mean, studies, of course, studies, they're doing them right now, so obviously something's happening from these studies. But anyway, those 4 are the main key components of marijuana use disorder by the CDC. So anyway, real quick, if you got anybody out there has an addiction to marijuana, please seek help. You can probably go to your local hospital to get either a treatment or learn how to treat yourself. Stuff like that. So make sure you guys seek help if any of these symptoms are happening to you guys. Just please seek help. So on to the 19th state to legalize marijuana. Fucking Rhode Island, of all places. Rhode Island. With a stroke of a pen, Rhode Island has joined its 2 neighboring states and 16 others in legalizing the recreational use of marijuana, becoming the 19th state in the country to end marijuana prohibition. After months of negotiations between lawmakers, advocates, stakeholders, and the governor's office, in less than 24 hours after lawmakers overwhelmingly passed the legalization bill, Governor Dan McKee signed the measure, which promised automatic expungement of past marijuana possession convictions and reserves a quarter of the new retail store license for minority communities, my bad. That's amazing. I like that. Disproportionately hurt by the war on drugs, reported by the Providence Journal. Speaking on the steps of the State House in Providence, McKee said the lawmakers was controlled and safe while establishing a regulatory framework that emphasizes public health and safety. The end result is a win for other states. Kind of skipped a couple lines there. My bad. With both socially and economically. My B. That is freaking insane, and I apologize for that. I read 6 lines before that. It's nuts. But I love it. 19th state. 19th state. It's pretty amazing out there. Pretty amazing. I love it. Keep it going. We're almost there. 31 to go. And I know it was about to be 20. But cannabis legalization on hold in Indiana. Lawmakers want more research before taking action. Indiana lawmakers agreed that more research on the potential health benefits and decriminalization of THC products, including marijuana, Delta 8 and Delta 9, is needed before any legislative action is further taken, reported KPVI. Come on. I understand they want to do the testing, but there is a bunch of tests that are already done out there. Just follow that. It's freaking crazy. Come on. The General Assembly's Legislative Council overwhelmingly supported the idea to task the Interim Study Committee on Public Health, Behavioral Health, and Human Services with reviewing the issue further. With action anticipated during the 2023 session, the task force will consult experts and take public testimony on THC issues. In addition, several meetings are expected to be held this summer and fall. They just need to come on. It's crazy. It's nuts. Jealousy is good. Go check him out. Nugs Bunny SSB. Let him know TokeTok sent you and he'll hook you guys up. I love it. But anyway, that's just nuts. The study committee's recommendation would be considered as strictly advisory, leaving the final decision to legalize cannabis to the full General Assembly. So they're just going to go in there, do a little test, be like, hey, there we go. And then, so why even if it's not up to the people who are actually going to do the study, why would they not just do it? I understand, but just read other studies from around the United States. Just read those and then you'll be good. There's a bunch of studies out there. They're not, you don't have to conduct your own. Go out there and you just listen to it, read them, and you'll understand everything about it. It's crazy. Indiana Senate candidate smokes joint in video for cannabis legalization campaign. Wow, I love it. Just one day before the unofficial cannabis holiday of 420, Indiana state candidate and mayor of Hammond, Thomas McDermott, released his cannabis legalization ad online with a video of himself lighting up a joint and smoking it. In addition to openly smoking weed, Dermott tweeted the following. Even on hashtag 420, not many Senate candidates admit to having smoked weed. I've been thinking a lot about whether to launch this video where I light up. It's an issue that's personal and important to me and so many. Hashtag legalize it. McDermott is expected to compete with incumbent Republican Senator Todd Young in November. So shouts out to my boy, freaking McDermott over there in Indiana. I love it. Go out there and vote for him for whatever Senate spot he's fighting for. That's freaking amazing. I love it. Just get up there and smoke some weed. And he was contemplating it, he said. Which is freaking insane. I think that's hilarious. He's just going to hop in there and be like, yo, legalize the bitch. Smoking a joint. Smoking the good stuff too. From Indiana? Oh yeah. From Indiana. So real quick, I want to give, before we do an international story, I want to give a huge shout out to a long time business friend for TokeTok Radio. It's a boy, Nutrigreen. So what I want you to do is go over there to Nutrigrain, their Instagram page over there on Nutrigrain Worldwide. It'll be up there somewhere. The correct saying, the correct IG address will be up there for Nutrigrain. But I want you guys to go check him out. He's really nice. He got a shop and all that noise. I want you guys to go there and hit him up, give him a like, share, follow, all that noise. Go over there and visit them. I know they have a bunch of like wild parties and stuff like that. But anyway, go there. Like I said, it'll be up there somewhere. But go over there and give them a like and a follow and all that, and let them know that TokeTok sent you. Let them know that we're actually out there pushing the brands that we approve over there at TokeTok. So I love it. So now to our international story this week. The headline is, "What's up with cannabis legalization in Belgium?" The country is slow to consider enacting any type of cannabis reform, with a law on the books that is 101 years old this year to regulate the plant. As Belgium cannabis advocates pointed out in spades this year on 420, the country is hopelessly behind the times when it comes to reform. This is true not only compared to other countries across Europe. So that's 101 years. I mean, even our marijuana, I mean, we're a young country, but even our marijuana laws are not 101 years old. I mean, I think maybe, I don't know. Not sure, but that's something to look into on some real. It's crazy. Even CBD is legal over there in Belgium, which is pretty cool. Marijuana is considered a public nuisance since 2003. That's amazing. I'm sorry, I'm just going through, but I'm just bullet pointing it. I'm getting towards the end of the show. This was a long one too. The impact of cannabis reform here on European policy. Brussels, the capital city of the country, is also the center of the EU policy making. Given this, do not look to Belgium to make any forward-thinking moves on cannabis until sovereign reform is more established across the European Union. So, sorry, Belgium guys. Sorry, guys. You guys are going to be pretty dry over there. Pretty funny. So anyway, each and every week we do a Canna Woman of the Week. So this week's Canna Woman of the Week is Dia Sims, CEO of BRN Group. Let's check her out, see what she's all about. The former Combs Enterprise president has leveraged her experience with lifestyle products into the cannabis space, launching a company to focus on the building and managing CBD brands. The Green Rush is once in a lifetime opportunity, says Sims of the industry. As many in the business can relate, Sims has a personal wellness tell. Her mother, who had suffered from multiple sclerosis, saw immediate pain relief from CBD. The improvement in her everyday life has been a life changer for her and an eye opener for me, says Sims. Women are attracted to this industry because it is still in its infancy and we can rewrite the rules. But we have only scratched the surface. Currently, only 10% of CEOs in this industry are female. Sims is committed to inclusive for the feedling trade. This industry still mirrors too much of an old guard mindset where diversity is wanting and innovation is stilted. The BRN Group intends to be part of changing that. So big shouts out to the Canna Woman of the Week, Dia Sims. Thank you, Miss Sims from TokeTok Radio. And the source tonight was womanofcannabis.com/top20. And she was number 3, which is amazing. I'll have number 2 next week and number 1 the week after that. But anyway, that was 420 News. Thank you guys for joining. Hope you guys are still here. Hope you guys loved everything. Like I said, check out all the brands that I mentioned throughout the video. Holy shit. Well, actually, video and podcast. Anyway, you can listen to this podcast over there on Podbean, Anchor, Spotify, and any other platform that plays podcasts. Just look up TokeTok Radio. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the show. Like I said, check out the Mr. Zaza interview coming up very soon. If you guys want a detailed, basically what's going on throughout the week, just go over there to TokeTok_radio, and I will have stuff up there daily, all the shows coming out, all the interviews and all the creepypastas and all that. And I actually have a creepypasta coming out this week called How I Became a God, which is master. It's just the guy who wrote it. It's a masterpiece. Like, it's probably one of the most well-written, thought out creepypasta adventure or story ever. Like, I love it. But anyway, check out Dustoff 420 for making this episode possible. And you guys have a wonderful night. And always remember, keep your tinfoil hats and your bowls close. Never know what might happen.